The second race of the Scottish Fiesta ST Championship. 5 lights on the gantry. We're ready to go racing, but it's a great start from Jensen Bell, who absolutely nukes it from the start. Absolutely fantastic there. Jerry Hendry also gets the better. It's 3 wide. We were in the toughest step for the first time in basket. You are kidding me. Jerry Hendry in the P2 already as they come down into toughest, as we have got a whole gaggle of around about 25 cars making their way down here, all very orderly. But what a start from Jensen Bell, and he has got the momentum to charge away with Jerry Hendry right now.
Roddy Orr's passed 6 cars, David, in the first 3 corners. 2 cars before he's taking another one from the chicane here, so keep an eye on that 31 car, siding his way through the field. But through comes Jensen in the lead of this race, ahead of, as you say, new second place man and championship leader Jerry Hendry, and then third is Stephen Gray as they head towards the hairpin. Looks like everyone's fairly sensible through here. How's Roddy Orr getting on? Well, you can see there the 31, he's passed half of the field. Incredible stuff. He's now working his way up almost into the fringes of the top 10, I would say. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. He's right on the edge of that top 10, heading to the outside into Taylor's hairpin, and Roddy Orr takes P10 on lap 1.
Nah, that is outrageous, John. What a start. I know what I said to keep an eye on him, but that is ridiculous. I haven't seen a start like that since Aidan Moffat when he was guesting in the minis years ago as part of the BTCC package. Goodness me. And he's around another as we get into tougher steps, up to P9 already. Brodie Orr, I am not going to get a podium for this race. That is, and we were joking about the last to first challenge. Do you think that's literally what Brodie Orr is trying to do right now?
The problem is the competition. As Brodie gets further up this field, it basically equalises, doesn't it? You've got Stephen Gray, Jerry Hendry, Jensen Bell at the top, people of the same pace. Kieran Freedy as well in P5. Lots of them as they head through Clark's. And it looks like the wipers are on, David, so the rain's coming back. It looks like it's for Clark specifically, a little bit of damp conditions, but the battle's on here for the race win. Bell's under a lot of pressure in P1, but holds on as he did throughout the race earlier on today, and it's still Jerry Hendry in P2. Looks like Gray's got a bit of a gap as well, ahead of Dave Colville in P4.
Brodie Orr, P7, outside of the hairpin there, has taken Lord Murray, has taken Aaron Ward, but it does look like there's a little bit of resistance. There is a little bit of a fight back here for Brodie Orr with James Dickey right now, so maybe not quite up into P7. P8 is what he's fighting for just now, but that is still an absolutely spectacular drive from Brodie Orr.
Still side by side, he's going to go around the outside of Leslie's, gets the inside for McIntyre, and that is the position taken to Brodie Orr. P8 now. It's going to get harder as he continues to go through. We've got faster cars up there. I mean, next up is one of his championship rivals, actually, not too far away, but actually saying that Kieran Freedy's made his way up to 5th here. Jensen Bell fastest on the last lap, 105.4, but the guys behind him, 105.5, so there's pretty much nothing in it. Windscreen wipers appear to have come off again, so that's a good sign, apart from our leader. In fact, no, windscreen wipers are on. I don't know what I'm looking at, but yeah, a bit of breathing space finally for Orr now, and the battles continue throughout the field. We've not seen any contact or anything like that yet where we're standing, so that's undoubtedly going to change in a second.
I was going to say that's famous last words right there on that one, but I'm looking at Brodie Orr as Lord Murray tries to make a move on James Dickey as well. We've got 3 cars fighting it out for 9th, 10th and 11th position. What I've been watching with Jensen Bell and Jerry Hendry here, this is, for me, this is everything of a measured race right now from Hendry. He is just letting Jensen Bell dictate the pace right now, but he knows that he's got enough on it just now to keep with it. Same with Stephen Gray right now. We saw this earlier on from the first race. It's literally wait until the last 2-3 laps and then pull the trigger.
Exactly that, yeah. The pace is so close between all these guys anyway, you do have to play a bit of a waiting game. The problem is if a safety car comes out late, as we did see earlier, there's no time to react to it. We saw it especially in the minis. As you see, side-by-side contact there for P4, that's the green car of David Colville side-by-side with Kieran Freedy. It's Freedy in the green, Colville in the blue, the 52. And actually the lead battle's getting close as well, but they stay led astern, so let's focus on this battle for P4. It looks like, car steps out, Colville, but he gets around the outside. In fact, the red car of Andrew Mackey's involved as well, passing Kieran Freedy on the exit. They're going to go side by side now for P5.
Yeah, and I thought it was going to be a case of waiting on for Jerry Hendry, but he is having none of it right now. He is hassling and harassing Jensen Bell every single inch of this track. I get the feeling by the end of this lap that Jensen Bell is going to need a restraining order on Jerry Hendry. The amount of pressure that has been applied to that 4-car battle for 4th position right now, absolutely riveting to watch just now. But again, we said this earlier, you have to have eyes in the back of your head. You're watching two different battles going on here. Jensen Bello in the lead of the race. Jerry Hendry is not letting him get any closer at all, but the Stephen Gray now under pressure for second position. He's staying side by side though, as that's going to be a video. I believe that's Andrew Martin now, going side by side on the inside here.
Great move, further on the outside of that. That's number 68. Greedy and Mackey, but it's Ward down the inside now. He moves up into P6 ahead of here. Greedy has dropped down, and Brodier is on the back of him.
Yeah, he is absolutely going to be the winner out of this one. Hitch just on the back end of here. Greedy, who's dropped behind Ward, dropped behind Andrew Mackey. We've got 7 laps to go here in this race, and you get the feeling that just like the sky above, this is building into something very, very dark indeed through this race here for the Scottish Fiesta ST Cup. In no man's land at the moment, I've got to say, is Dave Colville in that 52, because he's not exactly close to the front three, but he's broken away from that battle of 4 as well. As side by side for the lead then, and Jensen Bell is side by side for the lead. Jerry Hendry tries to take it at Clark's. Is he got the one down? It has. Jensen Bell lost the lead now down to 3rd position, because here comes Stephen Gray again round the outside of your championship leader Jerry Hendry. Hendry has the inside line for the hairpin. You would think that he's got the drive and has the run, but there we go. There comes Jensen Bell again, try to go round the outside of Stephen Gray here, and I think it's going to be back up to P2.
Hendry tried to shut the door there on Stephen Gray, but Gray was already there, so there was more contact between them. In fact, that's a couple of bits of contact for Hendry in that lap. It was first of all Hendry on the inside.
Big contact on the start finish line under the Beatson's Built Supply Bridge. That is one of the green cars there, just off into the background. That was a heavy hit there, and I'm going to have a presumption that was contact with another car there, John. That was big heavy hit, and that is a wrecked car underneath the bridge.
That's going to be presumably a yellow, at least maybe a safety
red flag immediately.
Yeah, it was. Looking at the damage, I actually missed the impact, but it looks like did it hit the pit wall there, David?
Yeah, you can see the mark there.
The pit wall, and that's not what you want to be seeing. The car heavily damaged, did come to a rest, roll off the left-hand side of the road, so it is out of harm's way now, but the marshals will rush over there and just make sure everything is okay. It's a red flag, so we'll keep our eyes on that one. It was a great race up until that point, but as you say, David, likely thing is that's contact on the pit straight. Wow. I do wonder if one car is going to maybe come across another or side to side. Either way, let's just hope everything's okay over there.
Yeah, well, we'll let the professionals deal with that just now, but geez, 6 laps left to go. We got a red flag and an instant stoppage then for the race here, and goodness me, that has kind of put the kibosh on what we were seeing just now. Jerry Hendry though is marked as the lead, and of course red flag procedures mean that the cars will come up and start on the stop on the start finish line there, and wait for further instructions with that. And obviously we take a pause in the proceedings just now. Chris, obviously you're down there in the holding area. The 30-second board is held out, so we are ready to go racing for this restart.
Marshall doing some brushing towards the back of the field.
A green flag, so we'll get a green flag on that.
That's a sensible decision.
There we go.
So Hendry leads off from Bell, Gray, and Mackey, of course, a gap where the unfortunate Aaron Ward would have been.
They're all avoiding it like the play. You were saying how you would want to kind of go through it. They're like, no, we don't want to do that.
Really interesting on that. I was doing a race actually in Donington a couple of weeks ago, and we had exactly this, with a massive trail of oil and a braking zone for the chicane where it splits from the national to the GP layout. And it was really difficult because it happened during the race. So do you take the risk of driving through it and testing it, because it was the racing line? So you had a choice between, do I take the line with all the dust and hope that the grip's there because of the dust, and then every lap after that will be good, or do I just avoid it over fear that there's going to be the oil's still going to make it slippy? And it's a really difficult decision as a driver. Do you commit and just hope that it's fine, or do you try and avoid it? Now we noticed in that lap all the drivers are avoiding it. But in a racing situation, are you really going to be able to avoid that?
Especially when you're too wide.
Yeah, I mean, it's directly over the racing line as you approach the braking zone for a very difficult corner. You can't go in too tight. So I think drivers are going to have to run over it. but they didn't do it there. So it's going to be interesting to see how that one plays out. That's a psychological challenge for the drivers as well.
Yeah, and especially on a green flag lap, with knowing that you've got to do a standing start, you kind of get away with it as well. But then maybe that's the thought process there. Fine during the race, but you're not want to do that when you need the most amount of traction from the tyres when you're doing a standing start here. But either way, we are ready to go for the restart, ladies and gentlemen. Here, race 16 of your weekend calendar, the Scottish Fiesta ST Cup. Jerry Hendry is going to line up on pole position alongside Jensen Bell. Stephen Gray is going to line up on that second row alongside Dave Colville. Aaron Ward in 5th position, Andrew Mackey in 6th position. We've got Kieran Preedy in 7th, Brody on 8th, James Dickey in 9th position, and of course we're not going to have Aaron Ward because he's no longer in the race there in that 68 car. You've then got James Dickey in 9th position, Warren Murray in 10th, Peter Cruikshank in 11th, Sophie Kinghorn in 12th, 13th is going to be Kenneth Lees, Michael Gordon in 14th position, and then 15th position for Stuart Scott and Lucy Halesmaker in 16th. We'll leave that there because the cars are lined up on the grid then, and we are ready to take this restart. The green flag flies, the 5-second board comes out. The lights start to go on the Gantry Bridge then for a restarted Fiesta ST race. We're ready to go. The lights are on. Everyone's ready to go. They hold. And away we go. Great start again on the outside for Jensen Bell. Gets a much better start there for Jerry Hendry. They're obviously immediately going to have to go through that oil patch there though, or whatever liquid has been thrown down. Dust gets kicked up in the air, and Jerry Hendry there, braver on the brakes going into that corner, then immediately retakes the lead as Jensen Bell tries to go around the outside. He's going to have to watch out Stephen Gray trying to go through the inside as well here as they come down into the compression at Butchers, up through the chicane for this restart. Then you've also got to watch out for Dave Colville, who was in no man's land to it before. He was between the three of them, and now he's right up to the back of that group of three.
No one in no man's land at this current stage, and yeah, great first phase of the start again from Jensen's. Reaction time's brilliant. Not so good in the second phase though, and Hendry, as I say, was braver on the brakes. Now the 24 of Stephen Gray comes alongside and is going to be taking P2 here down the outside.
Brought you on in P5.
Already up to P5, there it is, that's the chance, and he's taken those positions quickly, and we could see Brodier on the podium potentially, because the three in front of him are about to go free wide on the pit straight. It's Bell in the middle, squeezing down towards Colville on the inside. The Arnold go free wide, it's the 27 on the outside, and it's going to be Jensen Bell who's left hanging here.
On the car, leaving from pit lane, rising over free wide. That could have been absolute disaster. Thankfully avoided there at the worst possible time there. There's still too wide going into that corner there. I think Dave Colville's actually got up into P2. So that is Dave Colville in P2, Jens Bell into P3, and then Steve Gray dumped down into P4 there. My goodness me, how that didn't turn into something completely different. That is absolutely bonkers, but that is going to allow Jerry Hendry to take off into the lead of this race then. That car by about a second and a half. We've got a car going wide into Clark Corner there. I think that might be Lauren Murray in the ST Challenge car there, but that is going to be Steve Gray as we've got a car going slow. That's the 99 car of James Dickey.
Yeah, I think that was the car that actually came out of the pit lane as well, so just trying to avoid getting in the way of the cars as they come through. Henry's got his golden ticket here, hasn't he? He's found the money on the ground and he's run away with it. He's about a second clear, 1.2 seconds clear of Colville at P2, then it's Bell. You've got Gray, who's been up there the whole time, and Brody are already, as you said, P5 on the first lap, so gaining more positions and still looking racy, but not necessarily looking quicker than Stephen Gray up ahead. Hendry fastest lap of the race in that last one, a 103.0, so clearly the track conditions are absolutely fine right now. We've got a massive gaggle of cars, look at that, huge gaggle of cars in the second half of the field as they head through McIntyre's and through Butchers. So you've got two different races going on, but Hendry is looking safe.
Yeah, he certainly is right now. Jerry Hendry in the lead of the championship and in the lead of the race ahead of Darren Colville. Colville will be absolutely rubbing his hands as we've got side by side coming through Clark Corner. Then you've got about 5 cars almost side by side coming through there just now. Your championship leader into the corner there as that's going to be moved up the inside. That was a wild lunge there from Kieran Preedy trying to make a move there. Jensen Bell as well, still fighting for that third position with the number 24 of Steve Gray. Gray trying to hold on to him. They go under the Beatson's Build Supply Bridge with the final lap board held out here, and I believe it is going to be Jensen Bell that sneaks up on the inside to take that P3.
Lauren Murray, a big moment through Clark in the last lap, but there right now there's action happening and it's all looking for P4 right on the back of Gray. Yes, they'll have to watch their tail as well because Pretty's right there.
He really, really is, and I was just, frantic waving there because Brodior really pushing everything that he's possibly got to try and get Jensen Bell and Stephen Gray here. But as it stands, it is night and day for Jerry Hendry, who is already onto the back stretch here, coming in towards the final corner. Dave Colville really setting the cat amongst the pigeons here, was in no man's land in 4th place before that restart there, but he is going to take a well-deserved 2nd place right now as they come across the light to take checker flag. It's going to be Jerry Hendry taking the win, Dave Colville in 2nd position, and it's only just going to be Jensen Bell taking the 3rd place there, the bottom step on the podium from Stephen Gray. 4th place going to Stephen Gray, 5th place for Brodior there, Kieran Pretty in 6th, Andrew Mackey in 7th, Sophie Kinghorn. Fantastic result there from Sophie again. Start P20 at race 1. Starts in P15 for this race here, up to P8 there. Brilliant effort there. Lauren Murray in P9, Kenneth Lees in 10th position, Stuart Scott in 11th, Pierre Cruikshank in 12th position, Michael Gordon in P13, Angus Ross in P14, Duncan Steele in P15, and Daniel Forbes rounding out your finishing cars with James Dickey, I believe, heading off into pit lane there.
No gear selection issues that time for Jerry Hendry, and it shows the difference, and we're able to take the win Colville as well. Superb stuff in the restart to get up into P2. You said earlier, no man's land. And that was not nearly as high as P2. I think it was about P5 he was in at the time. So to jump up there to P2, stonking final lap as well, 206, at 102.693 as well, almost as quick as the fastest lap of the race. So clearly, Dave Colville had the pace there today. I'm sure he'll be happy with the P2 there, but Jerry Hendry extends his lead at the top.
Well, we did say that we were going to be overrunning a little bit, currently running half an hour behind schedule at the moment. By the time that we get the C1s out, the C1s were scheduled to have their their second race around about 3:15 today, but nonetheless we've been absolutely spoiled with some fantastic racing. So we'll throw things over very shortly to Chris Hosey, who's down there in pit lane for our podium there. Jerry Hendry taking the race win, Dave Colville in 2nd place, and Jensen Bell there in 3rd, and again another fantastic race there, Chris.